This video shows a short sample process to demonstrate how the bidirectional Cadac Organice Vault to SharePoint integration works. It connects Autodesk Vault to the Cadac Organice document control solution. A SharePoint site collection with a control document library has been created. The process starts as the document controller creates a document placeholder. He selects a numbering range to create the document in. He enters mandatory and editable metadata and schedules a due date for the document delivery. A confirmation screen allows him to check the metadata he has entered. After he confirms, the document placeholder is created. When we open the newly created placeholder, we can see that it is still empty and waiting for the file to be delivered. Note how the timeline contains a task assigned to the originator to submit the content. Every task in the document control system has an assignee, a due date and someone in charge of monitoring the tasks. Now we have switched to the design engineer, who starts off by creating a project folder to store his designs in. He then uses the Cadac Organice integration to connect to the SharePoint project. And specifies where the document is submitted into the control document lifecycle. After the drawing is created in the CAD system, the draftsman checks the CAD file into the design management system. He then uses the integration menu again to connect his CAD design to the SharePoint site collection and the appropriate control document. Note how the integration recognizes the security applied by the document control solution. Of course, he only sees projects he is assigned to and documents where he is the designated originator. From now on, he can access the attached control document using the Organice tab below. From the Vault workflow options, he then selects the approved state, which then submits the secondary document, in our case a rendered PDF, to the document control system for review and approval. Now we have switched back to the document control system. The system has automatically submitted the document after the PDF has been added from Autodesk Vault. Now the receiving user, in our case a lead engineer, can perform a first quality check. He opens the document and ensures it is formally correct. He then accepts the document, which moves it into a state where all necessary reviews and approvals are performed. We are skipping the actual reviews here. Check our other videos to see more of the review processing. After all necessary reviews are executed, the lead engineer composes a response and sets an acceptance code as part of the response action. Because the document has been accepted with comments, the solution automatically creates a placeholder for the next revision and assigns a new delivery task with a predefined due date to the originator again. Note how the task in item directly opens the viewer to display the reviewed file with the markups used for the response. The design engineer accesses the document associated to the response directly via the Organice tab in Autodesk Vault. He takes the CAD file back into the work in progress to implement the changes requested in the response. He then checked the file back into Autodesk Vault and sets the workflow state to approval to return it to the document control system. Here the lead engineer now performs the formal check again for revision 1 of the document and accepts the document. When the document is in the review state, he can then check if all of the comments from the response have been correctly incorporated. The Cadac Organice solution supports this by overlaying the previous comments to the new revision, and he can subsequently delete comments that he finds properly included. Finally, he adds an approval stamp. and returns the document to the originator by sending another response, this time accepted, without comments. We switch back to the design engineer to see that he now can see that the document has been accepted.